I would love to know what you did the day before I arrived to USA.
Day before you arrived.
Leave me alone!
I didn't go out the day before you arrived.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a recap of episode 8, 90 Day Fiancé. If you guys would have told me that someone was gonna have an argument with coffee on the show, I would have said that you're lying, but I guess we're not lying now. Now to Rob and Sophie. So I guess Sophie is done with the apology and she's gonna take him back. So what did it take for her to forgive him? A rose and a couple I'm not perfect and I didn't mean to do that. So there we go. Ladies, this is why when a man continues to treat you like crap and you keep taking him back, he's gonna continue because he knows he can, you know, do whatever he wants. Now, after this, Rob rents a home around the beach, or like actually right in front of the beach, because he wants to make it up for what he did to Sophie, because it's just so easy to make it up. He gets her favorite food, he apologizes, the whole thing, and
just keep working with me and loving me, and I'll always try my best to do stuff for you.
one of the things that he says when he's like, if you just keep working with me, I'll continue to do nice things with you. And I'm over here like, wait, what? Like, wasn't she already working with you? Why does that need to be the case? Even then, it's already the case and you still cheated on her.
He thinks that like romanticness equals like something expensive or he has to have a bunch of money to do it, when ultimately like just be nicer to me. It's not really that difficult.
After this, Sophie has a meeting with her mom in a bar or something, and she's calling her, and we find out that her mom is actually gonna be coming to the US in a couple weeks because she wants to be close to Sophie. And I don't know how that's gonna go because, as she says it, there've been plenty of times where Rob and her mom get into multiple arguments because of Sophie. Not necessarily because of her, but because both of them are trying to find her best interest.
I can come in a week or 2 weeks.
You can't be mean to Rob.
I also thought that her mom was so real for saying this.
It's called insanity. Staying with someone expecting a different result.
This is the last.
Because it's exactly what I said at the beginning, that like, this is why people in general do things like this, because they know that they can keep messing up and there's no accountability for it. And then for this too, the preview that we get is that Sophie finally decides to tell Rob that she's bi, and she starts crying, and I don't even know if she tells him, but that's what we get. Now off to Nikki and Igor. As you guys know, last episode we were left with Nikki and Igor going over to Igor's family. Now, it looked like it was gonna go horribly, but in reality, it didn't. The meeting went so well that I would say this is one of the best meetings ever. Yes, there were some certain times where there was tension, and you could tell that like the mom wasn't extremely happy, but it was great.
We do a little trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
I mean, the mom even has pictures of that time that she had just met Nikki, and they are so cute. And I was just like, you see, you were so worried about it, and it turns out that it wasn't that bad. There was when Nikki and Igor were having that little cute moment with each other when Igor's mom stepped out of the room, and we saw Nikki's tea full of chocolate and Igor's too. I was losing my mind because they look so stupid with the freaking chocolate on their tea.
Yeah.
Now you can see my work. Yeah. This is what I'm made.
And he takes this opportunity to remind her that all of this happening right now was thanks to him. The last thing that happens between these two is that Nikki asks Igor's mom for her blessing, and she gives it to them.
So we do. Do we have your blessing to get married?
Can you?
And for the preview for this too, we actually get to find out that Igor cheated on Nikki. He says that it was before he gave her the ring. So from the ring on, everything is cool and perfect and nice. And one thing that I forgot to mention was that in this episode, we actually get an answer as to how long it is that we're waiting for the visa for this too. So according to Nikki, it's going to be 4 months before they get approved for the 90-day visa. So Jasmine is back from the nail salon and she will love to know, where was Gino the night before she got to the US? Where was he? Where was he? Where did he go? And Gino is like, he plays stupid. He's like,
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
Where was I? So she's like, are you sure?
What about you spending time with Dana, Anthony?
And this is when he's like, oh, great. So yeah, he was at the strip club. He admits it. We've seen the video. Like, you know, we all know that he was at the strip club. But the problem with this, according to Jasmine, is that they had said that they were going to plan the strip club thing together if it was going to happen. But Gino didn't do it. And I don't blame him for that, because I don't really think that that's something that you want to plan with your partner. It's something more like you want to plan with your friends to go to the strip club. So now Jasmine's like, why didn't you tell me? Well, Jasmine, I didn't want to worry you. I didn't want you to be concerned. You're just preparing to come to America. And then Jasmine's like, well, I've been here for a while, so why haven't you told me yet? And this guy said,
I wasn't really going to tell you unless you asked. I mean,
now, I'm not trying to advocate for Jasmine right here. All I'm saying is that maybe we can just be honest. And yes, I know Jasmine has also not been honest lately and has a big secret that she's hiding from Gino. But this is an issue too.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
So over that, Jasmine wants to know what happened. What did you do, Gino? Where did you go? Who did you go with? And what were you doing, most importantly? And he tells her, Jasmine, I went with my family. It was a strip club, something super normal here in the United States. It's nothing for you to worry about. I didn't touch no girls. I didn't ask for no left. He's saying all these things while the producers are playing this clip for it. But since I can't play it, I'm just gonna tell you.
Pause.
You know what? Instead of telling you, I'll show you.
My favorite. Oh, I wasn't that bad of a boy.
That's the reality of it. So now Jasmine is pissed and she still hasn't seen the video. Probably she saw it by the time it came out today. It's your freaking attitude, Gino. I always have to discover shit from other people. And when I confront you, this is your attitude. What's my attitude? You're careless. Oh, you got mad? You shouldn't. You shouldn't get mad. Why are you upset, Jasmine? Because you lied to me, Gino. You lied to me. You know what you need, Jasmine? You need help. She tells him that she's done.
I've heard that before.
And that she's going back to Panama. And that's it. She's not going to marry him. And that she made a huge mistake. But Gino's also the one saying this. I continue to see the difference between the Gino that we met when he had just entered the 90-Day Fiancé world and the Gino now. Because the Gino back then would have stayed quiet the whole time, wouldn't have said anything. But this Gino is just like, well, I don't care. You don't want to marry me? Fine. That's your decision. That's your choice. So moving on to Nick and Devin. These two are finally ready to come to Memphis. So they get on the plane and they arrive to the States, you know, and they are ready to meet her family. The first impression actually went pretty well, meeting each other face to face. And as the parents say, one of their main concerns is to see them live together, because as the parent, now you're going to see your child fight with their significant other or have arguments, and you get to see firsthand how they are treated by their partner. After that, Nick notices that he is the only Asian guy in this place right now. Nothing really happened between these two right here, but one thing did happen for sure, and that was the preview for the next episode. Nick, when asked the question,
what do South Korean people think of Americans?
Greasy food and being fat.
and I'm not going to try to fight that because we do have an obesity problem in the United States. However, I don't think that's something that you should bring up in your first meeting with a bunch of other family members. And not only that, but he also calls Devin Piggy, which, as I have already said, Piggy is not a thing that you should be calling your significant other. It's not nice, and it kind of is the meaning. So now off to Clayton and Annalie. They are washing the guinea pigs. Well, they're giving them a bath. And Annalie, it's like, I'm not for this. I don't have pets for this exact reason.
Siento que es su responsabilidad, no mía.
I don't want to do this. But she's still helping him and she still does it. Well, why did you get freaking guinea pigs if you're allergic to whatever it is that they are, or you're allergic to them? And it makes a lot of sense. Why do you do that? Why do you get guinea pigs knowing that you're allergic to that? But that's not the point.
It kind of like snaps me back into reality, like, oh, we need to resolve this.
Clayton is telling us that he wants to go see his sister because he wants to amend things. After this, Annalie walks out of the apartment because she wants to go ahead and talk to her mom with a little more privacy. And we also find out
Mamá está un poco delicada de salud, como hace 8 años quizás. Tiene diabetes y artritis y osteoporosis.
She is not in the best health. Now, Annalie also vents to her mom about the meeting with Clayton's sister and how difficult it's been for her. And honestly, this far did get me a little bit because
Me has dejado sola, hija. Esto que has sido por el amor de tu novio.
One thing that I was super curious about is I thought the entire family didn't know about Clayton's existence, but I guess the mom does know. Moving on from that, off to Indiana we go to visit Clayton's sister and to get some alone time between Clayton and Annalie because, as Clayton says, all angles have been covered except for the sexual angle. Now, Annalie asks, what is Indiana known for? You know, what is it that it's known for? And he's like, oh, they're known for corn and drugs. And Annalie's face, she was so shocked by his answer. But later on, when they get to the place to meet the sister, she acknowledges that she was a real bitch and that she's sorry for that behavior. And now she, you know, she wants to re-amend the situation and just like be in better terms.
After how things went last time, I feel bad a little bit, a lot.
So then the sister apologizes to Annalie in person, and Annalie tells her that it's okay and that she appreciates her apology. And Annalie tells us the whole thing about her mom being sick and her mom being sick and her mom being sick. And yes, I do feel bad for her mom being sick, but it's not an answer. It doesn't answer the question that we all have, which is, why are you hiding Clayton? They also talk about their lack of intimacy, and Clayton asks his sister how she used to do it back then when she got pregnant with her baby, and she does this little thing, and even they're like okay, TMI, but I mean, you asked, so you will be given if you ask a question. Now they are off to the hotel, and Clayton tells us that Annalie was talking about massages and massages and massages the whole time before she got to the United States. So why not go for that? Because he really hopes that with this massage, something will happen. Now, I don't know how I feel at certain times when it comes to Clayton and Annalie, because at times I'm like, no, she doesn't like him. She does like him. Oh, no, she doesn't. Let me know down in the comments how you guys feel about Annalie and Clayton. Chicky's gonna love this. The moment she sees me, she's gonna jump on my bones and take off my clothes.
Él pensaba que estaba viéndose como un modelo, pero yo lo vi como una vaca desparramada.
La vaca.
So he starts up the massage, and Annalie does not seem to be enjoying any of this. So then Clayton says, okay, lights off, chickie. And Annalie tells him, of course, so we can sleep because I'm tired. So it doesn't look like anything's gonna happen. We don't get any previews for this too, but it is looking like there's gonna be zero intimacy.
There is nothing, nada, zip.
He even explains to her about what blue balls are and their little confidentials, because he's probably gonna have blue balls at the end of this episode. Now, the coffee dilemma.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
This was so freaking stupid. Manuel and Ashley, you guys need to go separate ways. You guys are freaking annoying. I don't even want to watch you guys. I'm telling you right now, every time they come on screen, I'm not even paying attention to them because they're so ridiculous. But whatever, we have to cover them. Now, Ashley wants to take Manuel on with her the whole day because they're going to be around. They're going to be doing a lot of things, and she wants him to get used to the United States. Now, as they're getting in the car, they're already arguing about the amount of coffee that Ashley drinks. Now, it is a lot of coffee. Do you guys see that? A freaking cup, another cup, and another cup. And then she have like an espresso can. Jesus, like that is a lot of coffee. I totally understand where he's coming from, where he's like, you're spending so much money on coffee, because she probably is. And even if it wasn't just the money, what it's gonna do to your health to drink that much amount of coffee is insane. Like,
Si tú tomas 2-3 cafés diarios por 7 días.
Ashley decides to call her friend while Manuel is in the car.
I am just calling you because I'm on the verge of tears and I just need to like chill.
To tell her how she feels about this fucking conversation. And I'm just gonna say it. You don't need to call your friends while your person is in the car. It is so disrespectful.
Y sobre todo eso, y hablando en inglés, viendo que yo no lo entiendo y me estresa.
Because not only does Manuel not understand, but you're complaining about your partner. So she's like, oh, friend, I cannot believe it that he's like upset about the coffee. We're arguing about the coffee. It is so ignorant about the coffee. Maybe you should consider talking to your partner that's next to you instead of, you know, calling other people. But moving on after my rant. Now they are off to making candles, I guess, with like scents that you resonate with. I actually want to do this. I don't really like candles, but I'm down to do this. One of her friends is like, so what have you done to make him feel comfortable here? And she tells us that she's been cooking more so they can have more meals at home, since Manuel doesn't really like to eat out. Then her other friend goes, last time we hung out, you were saying something about sending money to his family. What happened? And she tells us that, yes, she did send money. And since Manuel's baby mama is not really there, he has to take on a lot of the financial responsibility. So he still has to send money to Ecuador. I mean, he still has 2 kids. I don't know if you forgot about that, Ashley, but he has 2 kids. And I guess Ashley asked him how much money it is that you would like me to send to Ecuador. Manuel said, when I used to be in Ecuador, I used to get paid $600, whatever, weekly or monthly, whatever you want to call it. Now, I used to give $300 to my family, and the other $300 I will keep for myself for other things. Well, if there's more money needed, then it will be provided if there's an emergency, if there's anything like that. And this is what Ashley translates to her friends. And this is why I get upset with things like that, because now they understand something completely different because you're telling them something completely different. That is not what he said. And I'm not defending him, but I do get upset when things like this happen, especially when children are involved in it, which is the case right now. Now, back to the restaurant. The friend asked Manuel, dude, it seems like since you got here, your only priority is your family over there and not Ashley. So why are you here?
Si que es por el dinero, con el tiempo yo a ella, cada centavo le voy a devolver. Ella, para casarse conmigo, tengo personas atrás mías.
I'm not gonna lie, my kids are my priority. And I would think that if they're not your priority, then there's something wrong with you. So yeah, but then Ashley, Manuel says she had her priorities. Her priorities were her pets. And now she has to understand that my priorities are my children or his family, whatever. It give me headaches because I can't stand Ashley and I also can't stand Manuel. But right now in this episode, I agree with Manuel, to be honest with you guys. Ashley shouldn't be drinking that much coffee. She should understand that Manuel had children and still has children to this day in Ecuador, and he still needs to provide for them. And if she doesn't like it, then I don't know what to say. Now, was this something they should have discussed beforehand? Totally yes. But I don't know what else to say. They might have discussed it. They might have not discussed it. It gets so bad that even Manuel steps out of the restaurant.
¿Dónde vas? Para la casa. Well, yo me voy caminando.
He leaves. He's gonna walk. Well, not restaurant. Manuel steps out of the place. He's gonna walk it. He doesn't need to be there. He doesn't want to be there. So we'll see what happens with this too. And finally, for the next episode, we are going to be the last couple.
I told my fiance, Citra, about my drug past. She still looked past all that.
I had forgotten about them. I didn't even know they were gonna bring them still to the season, but they are more couples to cover, which is gonna make it harder for me. But that was it for today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more recaps. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.